definition of ecology and ecosystem are the topic that we're going to tackle in this video. The word ecology, eco, derives from the Greek word oikos, which means home. And the word logy derives from the Greek word logos, which means study. In short, ecology is the study of how living organisms interact to their home or to the environment they exist in.
Ecological level of organizations are described and organized from lowest to highest, and the lowest level is the individual species of living organisms. That is defined as the individual form of life. So, these are comprising related organisms that can share common characteristics, are capable of interbreeding, and can produce offspring that can interbreed. So, in particular, we refer to an individual living entity such as plants, animals, microscopic bacteria, and fungi, to mammoth blue whale and giant sequoias.
Population. A population is a group of organisms belonging to the same species that live in the same area and interact with one another. One example of this is a white-tailed deer that we can see in Indiana forest.
The third level of ecological organization comprises communities of different species which live together in a geographical area and interact with each other. And the interaction between the members of these communities often revolves around the concept of predator and prey as well as symbiotic relationship. An example of this are forests of trees and other growths of plants inhabited by animals and rooted in soil containing bacteria and fungi constitutes a biological community.
The next level of organization lies the ecosystem. Ecosystem is a biological environment comprising all living things and non-living things, or abiotic factors such as soil, air, and water.
The fifth level of an ecological pyramid is biome. Biome is a collection of plants and animals which have common characteristics to the environment they exist in. It is a major biotic community which is characterized by dominant forms of vegetation and climatic conditions. Some of the most prominent biomes of the world are savanna biome, rainforest biome, and desert biome.
And lastly, the highest organization in ecology is the biosphere. That defines the global ecological system of living creatures, their relationships with each other, and the environment. It is also known as the zone of life on Earth, owing to the fact that all life forms found on the planet coexist here. So in short, biosphere is the sum of all ecosystems established in the planet Earth.
Ecosystem. Ecosystem is a community of living organisms along with the unnatural habitats and the non-living components of the environment. This network of living and non-living components in a garden area is also known as an ecosystem. An ecosystem could be a pond, could be a house as well, and some believe our Earth is an ecosystem too. Ecosystem includes two major components, biotic and abiotic components. Abiotic components are the non-living elements of the system such as air, water, sunlight, nutrients, and temperature, while biotic components are all the living organisms living in the system such as plants, microorganisms, fungi, and also us, human. Each organism living in an ecosystem has a role or niche. For example, a deer living in a forest is a prey, while tigers, lion, and other animals eat them for food. We must remember that no two organisms can have the same niche for too long. After a while, one has to be leave or go extinct.
Producers are the plants in the ecosystem, which can generate their own energy requirement through photosynthesis in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. All other living beings are dependent on plants for their energy requirement of food as well as oxygen. So in short, producers make their own food in order for them to grow, survive, and reproduce as well as for the other living things.
Consumer includes herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivores are the living organisms that feed only on plants. Some of the examples of herbivores are horses, goats, cows, carabaos, rabbits, etc. While carnivores are the living organism that eats other living organisms, or these are the living organisms that eat only meat. Some of the examples of carnivores are snakes, lions, hawks, etc. Omnivores are the living organisms that eat both plants and animal tissues. Some of the examples of omnivores are dogs, bears, and even humans.
Decomposers are responsible for returning nutrients to the earth. Also, these are organisms that breaks down organic matter. So like dead animals, leaves have fallen to the ground, but they break down this organic material and recycle it back into the soil. So, ecosystem and nature is dependent to the composers, which conclude bacteria and fungus.
In an aquatic ecosystem, the abiotic factors may include water pH, sunlight, turbidity, water depth, salinity, available nutrients, and dissolved oxygen.
Similarly, abiotic factors in terrestrial